Hey everybody, it's Audrey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is all of the meals that I made for last week. A couple things about last week's meals. Number one, I just used anything I had on hand, so I scrounged up a lot of ingredients for this. Because I knew we had the baby coming next week, I didn't want to buy a bunch of fresh produce and things that would sit in the fridge and possibly go bad. So I literally just scrounged up anything from the fridge, freezer, pantry that I could find to make meals. So yes, the nutritional value for these is low this week and the cost is low as well. But I really wanted to keep things minimal and not overstuff the fridge right before the baby comes. But I'll go ahead and take you through everything anyways, even though they are very, very basic meals. So let's get started. Beginning our week on Sunday, I went ahead and prepped as much as I could because I didn't know how I would feel towards the end of this week. So I just cooked some pasta and then I'm using some canned tomatoes and blending those up to make my own pasta sauce because I didn't have any on hand and I needed to use up these canned tomatoes anyways. With this sauce, I'm just making a goulash type thing and then some meatless stuffed shells. I'm not really sure what my thought process here was. It was too much sauce for these small meals, so I ended up freezing most of it. If you've watched my video, you've probably seen how I make stuffed shells, but basically I usually just do a cup of ricotta or cottage cheese, a cup of mozzarella, and an egg as my filling, and then some garlic salt. I just mix it all up and stuff my shells. But I was just trying to use up anything I had in the fridge, so it's what was left of a container of ricotta, some cottage cheese. I had some boursin that I needed to use up. I mean, I was literally just trying to use up anything that I could find. I really wanted a fresh start. Once the baby got here, I didn't want to have a bunch of old ingredients sitting around. So you'll notice I'm just kind of hodgepodging everything together, not really doing any kind of measurements, just going with it. And Luke actually got sick this week. So for the entire week, he was on a liquid diet after I had already prepped all the meals. So for a few nights in a row, I would just eat the same thing that I had already prepped. So I never got to these stuffed shells. I just put the name on them, a date on them, and just stuck them right in the freezer. So I've actually not even eaten these yet. And then here I just whipped up a quick goulash. It's literally just meat, sauce, some cheese, some seasonings. I didn't even put onion or anything extra into it. Just kept it super basic. So I don't even know if you can really call it a goulash, but that's what it is. So once I finished my red sauce pans, I moved on to making an Alfredo stuffed shell. My plan was just to have chicken Alfredo one night this week, but after I had already cooked the jumbo shells, I had too many, so I just decided not to cook any more pasta and just use the stuffed shells and make my own Alfredo sauce to go on top the night that I eat them. So the filling is the same filling I would do for stuffed shells, except I remembered I had spinach in the fridge that I needed to use up, so I went ahead and just threw spinach in with this mixture just to use it up and to thicken the filling a little bit. And I just stuffed my shells, and then the night that I wanted to eat this, I just made an Alfredo sauce, got some cooked chicken out of the freezer, topped it, and it was ready to go. So then Monday evening, I went ahead and made some tilapia that I had thawed out so I could have fish tacos for lunch. Again, I didn't know that I wouldn't need any lunches because I didn't know that Luke was getting sick until around this time. So he ate dinner with me this night and then he didn't eat the rest of the week. So I actually froze my tilapia after I had cooked it and flaked it. And then I could just pull it out whenever I wanted fish tacos and just eat them on the fly. I am not a big fish eater, really. I like very basic flavoring fish, nothing that tastes too fishy, if that makes sense. But these fish tacos are amazing. I'll put the recipe in the description box. They are so, so good. I make them all the time. Luke loves them too. And after you've assembled your taco, it's, I don't even know, 150 calories per taco or something. It's crazy how low the calories are and how good these are. You could eat so many before you get full. The secret is the crema. So you take sour cream and you water it down a little bit and then you add chipotle and adobo sauce. Oh my gosh, I had never heard of that until I found this recipe for fish tacos and I'm obsessed. It's the most, I don't even know how to describe it. It is such a good flavor. It's so deep. There's so many layers to it. It is incredible. I mean, it's really spicy, so you have to use it with caution, but it is so good. And it's just a can of chipotles and adobo sauce. Oh my gosh, so good. Anyway, so after I had made the tilapia, I cleaned my pan and now I'm just cooking that night's dinner, which is just steakhouse style pork chops with a creamy sauce, a box of cheesy potatoes that I had in the pantry and a can of green beans that I had in the pantry. Like I said, these are not the most nutritious meals you'll ever eat. I was just trying to use up anything and everything I had. While my pork chops cooked, I worked on my green beans. Obviously, they just need warmed up, so I just threw some bacon in a pan that I also needed to use up. And then I put in some onion and then my green beans. So my green beans, I always like to do like caramelized onion, bacon, sugar, garlic, salt, and pepper. That's like what I like to put on them every time I make them. Once my pork chops were done, I moved them to the oven and then I started on my sauce, which I was kind of going off of HelloFresh's creamy shallot sauce for their pork chops, but I wasn't going to buy a shallot, obviously, so I just substituted onion. It worked fine, but it was just like, caramelizing your onion and then adding some beef stock, which I just used beef bouillon cubes. So I added some water and some beef bouillon cubes, and then I added sour cream just, to make it creamy when it had all finished. And I think there's butter in here somewhere too, but I'll put the link for that recipe as well down below. And then here's this night's meal, and then I did goulash the next night. Sometimes it's not about nutritional value. Sometimes it's just getting food into our bellies. We can't always have the most perfect meal, and I was okay with that this week. And then here I'm just making my Alfredo sauce. I use the same recipe every time. It's so good. I will put it down in the description box below. And then the kids were eating corn on the cob this evening, so that's why there's corn in the background. This dinner was really rich and delicious. I loved it so much. I always love making Alfredo. I try not to make it too terribly often, but like I said, I was just throwing some cooked chicken on top and then my Alfredo sauce, topped it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and then baked it until it had warmed up. And then that is that meal. Very basic meals this week, but bellies were full. That's all I care about. Thursday's video will be a look at our Easter and then just like the build up to getting everything ready to go deliver our son on, it'll be 2 days from today. It'll be on Tuesday, but it'll air on Thursday. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to that video. And how do you feel about this week's meals? Yes, low nutritional value. Yes, very cheap. Yes, just using, whatever we could find to use up, but bellies were full and that's all that matters. Do you guys ever feel that guilt of wanting to make something really fresh and healthy for your family, but find yourself kind of leaning more towards the cheaper, more convenient meals? Let me know in the comments. And then here is just a little special thing that happened to me this past week. I wanted to get it into a video, so I'm just going to throw it here at the end. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all of my subscribers. Thank you for liking my videos, for interacting with me. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much.
Hey guys. Well, today in this video, we are opening my mom's play button she got from YouTube. And thank you for giving my mom 100K.
Uh-huh.
And thank you guys for all the photos for me and my mom and the baby. So
you've got a letter.
It says...
We'll read it. Yeah, we'll read it.
And now let's open the weird play button. Okay, and this says...
Recognize your team. I don't have a team, so yep. You guys are my team.
Yeah.
Well, you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think we can just pull it right up. So careful. Yep. That's so if you want to hang it on the wall.
Mom, can I?
Well, look at it.
It says progress. Organize.
It says presented to
organize chaos for
passing
100,000 subscribers. YouTube. And this is the most favorite my mom ever wanted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.